Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. So I am trying to figure out this puzzle. I realize this teleportation field just teleports me directly backwards, so I'm looking for a switch or something. Nice particle effects on those teleportation fields. Nice shadowing in this game too. This is an indie developer, guys. I mean, there's a lot of polish in this game that you just don't see a lot of the time. I really love indie games. I love indie developers. And so that's solved. Just a matter of a switch and running past before the field comes up again. Just because a developer is more corporate and has more resources doesn't mean their game is necessarily going to be more polished or is going to have as much care as an indie developer. That was also easy. Just throw a stone across the gap, compress the switch. That's that. I feel like I should... Also, these winged guys, they can't fall down pits. That's another advantage they have because they fly. But I feel like I should explore the pits more and just go down them purposely. I probably have missed some secrets and some stuff not going down there. But personally, I'm a little terrified of falling into a pit. I don't know if there's a specific phobia of falling into pits, but that's not something that I typically want to do, so I haven't done it, really. I've done it accidentally like once. I think I'll do it accidentally again later, and I'll just quick load because I was terrified. That and water. I also hate water in these sorts of games when it's really dark and deep. But going back to indie developers, I mean, they often don't have the deadlines that other developers have as well, the AAAs. You know, they can just take their time. They also have much smaller staffs, so 3 guys working together for years to come out with something. It's not to say, though, that just because they're indie, you should expect anything less than a AAA title either. You know, being indie isn't an excuse. It has its own advantages, so you want to expect greatness from all your developers. Indie games are often a bargain, though, because they're cheaper. This game was, what, like 15 bucks, I think? Great deal. That's one key. Now I need to... And I could swear that I had a second key already from a previous room, but I guess I already used it. Let me skip through. I searched for it for a couple minutes, I think. Quite a while. Off we go. I do not fear the bats. I'm not even, like, trying to move away from them, even. Man, you guys should have seen games like Might and Magic. The old 2D stuff, the sprite stuff. Maybe I should make a playthrough of Might and Magic 7. Might and Magic 7 wasn't as well rated as Might and Magic 6, but I think a big part of that was because just the times and the fact that games were getting more 3D, and Might and Magic 7, for all intents and purposes, didn't really innovate. It was just a better version of Might and Magic 6, but it's a game that is true to my heart, dear to my heart. I just cast my level 2 fire spell for the first time, Fireburst or something. It has a lot shorter range than I expected, but it's an AoE, which is nice. Casting spells is very awkward in this game. You have to manually... This game is a lot... It's all about mouse dexterity. You have to actually go, you have to click on the hand, you have to then select the runes, and then you have to actually execute it and cast it in a short period of time, considering this game isn't turn-based. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's annoying. I wish I could just kind of have some preset spells. I mean, part of the reason of that is because they want you to have to actually remember the runes and set it up each time. You know, you have to... Once you have like 5 different spells, even 3, it starts getting hard to keep track of all the runes. But then again, you're probably only going to have maybe 3 to 5 spells that you use frequently, and the other ones you're just going to kind of replace as time goes on. Just use bigger and better ones. And such. So that's 2 birds with several stones. I can hear the phalanx, dude. I don't know what else is in here. I see very obvious switch. I hear a door opening. I think this is it. This took me a little while to figure out. Basically, it's just switches that open doors that have other switches that open doors that have other switches, and eventually you open the right door. Now, that just closed where I just was. But I think it also simultaneously opened a different door, and I wasn't sure, because I couldn't really hear. Okay, this is, I think, yep. Then I realize... Aha! It's closing one door and opening another. So I'm trying to use my fancy new spell. It doesn't. It's not melee range, but I would say it's maybe 2 squares. The Fireburst. It doesn't do much damage, as you could see either. Just 20, which is okay. But you have limited resources. Not only are you bound to cooldowns, but you're also bound to energy costs. I can only cast like 3 or so, if that. 2. But, and I suspected this, it's an AoE. It will hit a group of guys. So my melee just leveled. Levels are a huge deal. And as I said, I'm going to just put points in athletics and in armors and then in swords as my third priority for my tank. And my melee fighter is going to be more emphasis on maces and then athletics and armors. But, you know, as I've said previously, both of them are going to take hits with the same frequency, as far as I know now, unless there's like a way to taunt or something eventually. So really, you should be bumping up survivability probably as a priority for both of them, more so than just one of them. I mean, there's no way, at least that I know of thus far, to make one get hit more often than the other. Just make him a priority for enemies to attack him. I don't know. Alright, let me skip past the leveling. So, after much back and forth with switches, I have now finally found the key. And I see a sconce without a torch in it. I don't remember if I do or not, but I really should have put a torch in it just to see if it was a switch mechanism or something. Apparently not. I just skipped past some just running. Now we can finally progress. And I think this is probably a good time to just call it. So thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please sub if you want to see more Legends of Grimrock. Leave comments and feedback, ask questions, and I'll answer them and get back to you. And have a good one.